You have to remember what a parent was. A parent was somebody who had been scarred by the horrors of the Depression. Now, now it's just a word, but then it was inadequate shelter, inadequate housing, inadequate food, inability to get a job, tremendous uncertainty and fear. I can remember the fears. I came to this country in December of 1937, and the whole idea of being poor and not having enough, I mean, the taste and the smell remain with me to this day. I'm a different person because of it. Even though I may be rich today, in terms of having had a number of high-paying jobs and all of that, I can still taste, smell the fear of unemployment and the taste of poverty. So that, and those are the parents. And then the Second World War, well, that was a period of some excitement. There was never any particular doubt in this country as to who was going to win. No bombs were ever dropped in this country. But it took a lot of men out of the country for 4 years and then dumped them back in August of 1945. And they had to scurry about to go into college, buy cars, buy houses, get married, have children. They spent the next 15 years doing that. Eisenhower was a perfect mirror of that age. He came in, Big Daddy, hey, everything's going to be great. We're here. This is a corporation, and which is going to, and what's good for General Motors is good for the country. That's what the Secretary of Defense, Charles Wilson, said. And who was there to deny it? So,
and what were the kids saying?
There were no kids.
No, I mean in the 60s.
Okay. So then these people got jobs, bought houses, bought cars, bought refrigerators. They started having kids. They read Spock and they said, oh boy, we have a little child and now we're stable and we're doing fine and we're prospering. Let's give Junior everything he wants. I mean, my own wife had to stop me from spoiling our children because I was always throwing things at them. Say, here, have this, have that, take this, take that. She's saying, you're destroying them, you're crazy. And ultimately I came to my senses. But you wanted to do that. I mean, that was an instinct, and I felt that instinct and lived it. And I was a reasonably well-educated, reasonably intelligent person, and yet I was destroying my children with things. I gotta have this, Dad. I gotta have it. So I buy it, and then 2 minutes later, it's in the corner, discarded. Well, that's what they were doing with life. They were throwing it in the corner and looking for something else. Well, what about drugs? And what about Haight-Ashbury? And what about a coloring book? And what about living in East Village? So it was a time when America suddenly became self-indulgent and could afford to be. Suddenly it was, wait, we don't have to go to the Ford plant in the morning. We can go to the street and hang out. So the 60s suddenly was a reaction to what had come before.